DBS community, welcome back. Another video with Chris. Today we're going to be going over the remaining yellow cards that are just coming out in set 20. I waited a few days just to make sure that there was no other yellow cards being released. But it looks like we're on track now for like maybe 2 or 3 cards a day, which definitely is much better than the 1 to 2. So yeah, we're going to go over these, and I think there's 2 promos that were also announced in here too that we'll go over here. So the first is going to be the second yellow leader in the set, which is going to be Majin Buu. This one's card attacks, draw 1, and activate main, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 yellow Majin card, and it costs 6 or less. Among them to your hand. If you added a card, then you discard 1 card from your hand. And then awaken when you have 4 life or less, or you have a yellow Majin Z battle card with a cost of 2 or more in play. Draw 1, restand 1, and strike life down to 6. It's pretty fair. On this side, we have Majin Buu Absorption Complete. Discard 1 yellow card from your hand when this card attacks. Draw 2. And then auto, if it is your opponent's turn, when you play a yellow Majin card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or units and switch it to rest mode. So this leader, just off rip, is very generic. I know obviously there's the Majin stuff you have to play in here, but it's very generic, honestly. It's I think it could be very good. Obviously we'll go into the archetype when you guys can make your own assumptions out of that, but just basing off of these 2 cards in general, just you know, having just being able to search out certain cards. Now they are yellow Majin, so it is kind of limited to what's going to be coming out here and whatever is going to be coming out in the TP set. But this is very generic, and this could be good. Is it Trunks Vegeta good yet? We don't know. We'll find out. But definitely is a generically good leader, and that's always the best things to have. Maybe not in yellow so much, but in other colors, it's pretty good. And then we had a promo leader. Now this was interesting. I don't think anyone expected this. So we have a Bobbity leader. When this card attacks, draw 1, add to 1 card from your life to your hand. When your life is at 5 or less, you may draw 1 and restand 1 of your energy. So it's very just plain, right? But then on this side, this is where it's interesting. Permanent, treat agent destruction cards in your Z deck as if they have no specific cost, and reduce the energy cost and Z energy cost of agent destruction cards in your Z deck by 1. Auto, discard 1 card from your hand when this card attacks, draw 1. Activate main, choose 2 of your Majin and or agent destruction cards, and they gain servant for the turn. Now this is interesting. When we saw this card, we're like, holy crap, this is interesting. Are we going to see like yellow AOD? And we potentially could. We definitely could see some yellow AOD stuff. It's very interesting to giving a deck that could be playing the AOD engine and it being a yellow leader. This is the first time I think we've actually had that. People used to play Soul Striker AOD a long time ago. But yellow AOD is a very interesting thing. And also this leader does have Overload on the front side, if you guys couldn't tell. Then we did get a super combo in the set. That is a Sparking 5 if your leader is a yellow Saiyan. This card is used in a combo, draw 1. So it does not need to be used in a combo from hand, which makes it interesting. And it's a Sparking 5, 10k combo. Also makes it an Evil Wizard, which could potentially be useful in some decks. And we got a new promo Z battle card. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Terrifying Agent of Destruction. So this is the one that is coming out with the Z leader. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. KO it. Additionally, if when you use this skill to KO a battle card in rest mode, this card gains critical for the turn. So it not only does it KO something ignoring barrier, if you KO a battle card in rest mode ignoring barrier, it gains crit, and then it's a 20k crit dual attack. Now, if we go back to the Awaken side, we can see that we can treat the Agent Destruction cards in our Z deck as if they have no specific cost, and reduce their cost and Z cost by 1. So, that makes this guy a 2-drop, 1 Z energy, 20k dual attacker. That is really good. So that's a high point for this deck, is that this can play this card out for 2. Now it doesn't have any defense or anything, but being able to kill something ignoring barrier and then having a 20k dual attack crit, but also you can give it servant and making a 30k double strike. I mean a 30k dual attack crit. So there's some interesting things here that you can do. Now we're going to get into the Majin stuff that was released. We have Shocking Regeneration. This is a 1-drop extra card if your leader is a yellow Majin Boo Z leader. You can activate this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. Activate main if your leader is a yellow Majin Buu and you discard one Majin card from your hand. Draw 2. This is cool. So your leader has to be a Z leader. So you're not gonna be Z leader for the beginning part of the game. So this might not be a good card to have. Might be a little tech card. You have to figure out once we actually figure out the deck. And the quick thing is that at least the release of this video, or the making of this video, they did not have all the Majin cards on DBS Deck Planet yet, so I actually can't make the deck building video until that actually happens. So once that happens, I'll make the video, but until then, we're just kind of waiting. Majin Buu, Budding Evil. Auto, if your leader is a Majin Buu or Evil Wizard card, both yellow, when you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or yellow Evil Wizard card skills to discard this card from your hand, play this card from your drop. When this card is played from your hand, draw 1. So when you tap 1 to play it, you get the draw effect. When you play this, when you pitch this card off the effect, you do not get the effect because it's not being played from your hand, it's being played from the drop. So just a 1-drop, draw 1, Majin Buu. Then we have Majin Buu, Heart of Evil. This is a Z battle card, Z stack of 1. Yellow Majin Buu with an energy cost of 1, meaning when this card is played, you can then place one of the specific cards in your Z deck under this card. That's how the Z deck mechanic works, or the Z stack mechanic. While this card is under a Majin Buu with an energy cost of 2 or more, in your battle area, the card above this card gains barrier. Now this is very, very important, and this is why I wanted to show this card first. This is one of the last cards released or revealed in the set for yellow. This card gives all the other Majin Buu cards above it barrier, which is huge because as you see as you go up the chain, none of them have barrier and none of them have really any defensive keyword skills. So this is a way of being able to go up your chain without, sacrificing cards. Activate main if your leader is a Majin Buu or Evil Wizard, both yellow, and you have 4 more energy. Plays up to 1 Majin Buu card from your drop onto this card. Play up to 1 Majin Buu Intelligence Manifest from your hand on top of this card, which we'll get to that card eventually. The other Majin Buu from the Z deck is Heart of Good. Permanent, all this card is under Majin Buu with an energy cost of 2 or more. This card above this card can't be KO'd once per turn. Again, giving it more defense, so it's allowing it to survive. Activate main, choose one other Majin Buu card in your battle area and place 1 card from under that card in your chosen battle area. Play this card under the chosen card, meaning you can play it. Which the idea of this is that it would allow you to split your Majin Buus, then you can go up another chain, essentially. Now, you can stack this card underneath it to then have the ability of this card can't die, and then so this card is allowed to basically survive one turn, and then any cards above this card will then gain barrier. All right. Now we go into the 2-drop Majin Buu 2 Hearts. This is a Z stack 2 yellow Majin Buu card and a cost of 1. So I believe you can place up to 2 specific cards underneath this card. So this guy has Deflect. So what you would do is you would play out Majin Buu Heart of Good and Majin Buu Heart of Evil, and you would put them underneath the 2-drop. So it's giving this card Deflect, Barrier, and has the ability of not being KO'd once per turn. Activate main if there are 2 cards under this card and you discard 1 or more Majin Buu cards from your hand, this card gains the power equal to the total combo power of the cards discarded by the skill for the turn. Additionally, if this card has 20 or more power, draw 1, this card gains dual attack for the turn. Very cool. So you discard a card, and then if it's a 10k, then if it is a 10k card, and then this card, if it goes up to 20, you draw a card and you have dual attack. So very powerful, right? You have to pitch a 1 Majin Buu card, right? So if you pitch a 10k, it'll go up to 20, it'll gain dual attack, and draws you a card. If you pitch 15, it doesn't do anything. But this is kind of your whole chain starter, is having this 2-drop out. This is a very, very important card to have on board. Majin Buu Nightmarish Glimpse. This is a 3-drop, and now as we go up the chain, you're going to see this effect on a lot of different things. So, limit 1, yellow. Leaders Majin Buu or Evil Wizard, both yellow. You have 2 or more energy. When you use one of your yellow Majin Buu or yellow Evil Wizard cards to discard a card from your hand, you place a card from your drop. It's 15k unique. Activate main, discard 1 or more Majin cards from your hand to the 20 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it. This card gains a power equal to the combo power of the cards discarded by the skill for the turn. So essentially, you're pitching cards. This is the kind of thing you can use this card to pitch a card at effective itself. You can use it to pitch the 1-drop Evil Buu that we saw earlier. So it basically just gives it 5k, and then this card will actually kill something as well. Then we have Majin Buu Intelligence Manifest. This is the 4-drop you can play off of the 2-drop. This has Deflect Blocker, limit 1 if your leader is Majin Buu. If it's your opponent's turn, you choose one of your Majin Buu cards at a cost of 2 in rest mode at the end of the battle when this card was used in a combo. Play this card from the drop area and active mode on top of the chosen card. So, as we go up the chain now, you're going to see this auto reflect almost on every card. So essentially, you're going to be able to tap 1, and you play this on top of the card that you already had in rest mode. It's very strange. Thankfully, the Boos underneath it do give it some defense. It's just really odd. You're basically comboing to save this one card, and then you play a different card and you switch to the active mode. Active mode, if there are 3 or more Majin Buu cards under this card and you discard 1 or more Majin cards from your hand, this card gains the power equal to the card's power equal to the combo cost of the cards discarded by the skill. Additionally, if it's 25k or more, you draw 1 and then you gain dual attacks. This card will then also gain dual attack, draws you a card. Same thing as the 2-drop, essentially. Continuing up the chain, we have the 6-drop Talent Manifest. This has Double Strike, same top effect, this time on top of the 4-drop. And then if you have 4 or more Majin cards under this card, you do the same discard effect. You draw a card and you play a token if you have 30k power or more. Right? Now we haven't seen any 10k combos yet, so that's the thing you got to keep in mind. Now you can discard more than 1 Majin card, so you're basically you would discard 2 cards to gain the effect, or you discard a 10k, which we haven't really seen too many 10ks yet. Then we have Majin Buu Vile Onslaught. So this is one of the 10ks. This card's very, 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 very good. So it's a 30k Deflect Double Strike auto if your leader's Majin Buu card. Once card is played by another card's skill, it gains barrier and dual attack for the turn. Choose 2 of your opponent's two of your opponent's cards, switch on the rest mode. They can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. Auto when when you discard this off of a Majin Buu or a yellow wizard effect, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Activate main if your leader is yellow and you have 4 more energy. You play this card from your hand for 1. So this card, it's pretty powerful. It's very, very powerful. I don't think there's a way of going into this. I think maybe the next card does, to my knowledge. I believe so. I believe it's the next card. Yeah, I think it's this guy. So this is a 25. This is Power Manifest. This is a 25k triple strike. If this card, see, this is going to evolve on top of the 6-drop in rest mode. And then if you have 5 or more, and if you have 5 more energy and you have 5 more Majin cards under this card, when this card attacks, it gains 10k power for the turn. At the end of the battle, place this card in the drop area and then play up to 1 yellow Majin Buu with 30k power from your hand. So, you place this card in the drop, and then you can play this card off the effect. And then when this card is played, it gains barrier dual attack, and then you can put 2 of your opponent's battle cards, 2 of your opponent's cards, switch in the rest mode, and they can't restand. Now, I don't believe you can choose cards that are already in rest mode, but this is worded the same way as Divine Transformation Frieza is, so you should be able to choose cards in rest mode and they just can't restand. Or you can play this guy from your hand for 1, which is also very good. So essentially you can kind of have this weird combination where maybe you can have one of these on board already, swing with it, use this effect, play this guy, swing with it, and then at the end of the turn you would restand, you would pitch this card to play the other guy, then the tap 2 things. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this deck. It's quite good. It's quite good. Honestly, as the archetype was being released, they waited till the very end to release the Z deck cards. So the archetype was like, okay, this kind of sucks. We haven't seen a 2-drop. There's nothing keeping these cards alive. As I've seen the full archetype now, I do understand the concept of what this Majin Buu deck is supposed to do. So I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then the final card, I believe, the final card is the Majin Buu Apocalyptic Awakening. So this is the Z leader, which is a 1 cost. When your life is at 4 or less, and your leader's a yellow Majin Buu, so it costs 2 Z cards and then 1 energy. When you play a Majin Buu card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or units and switch it to rest mode. Very good. Discard 1 yellow card from your hand when this card attacks, draw 2. Auto, if it's your turn, when you use a skill to increase the power of 1 of your battle cards, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, KO it. Choose up to 1 keyword skill off the card you KO with the skill, and this card gains that skill for the turn. So this can be very cool, right? You can kill dual attackers, double strikes, which is very terrifying to do that, right? Like, thankfully you don't gain the power, but still being a 15, like, you can, there's a lot of keyword skills you can gain, man. It's very cool. And this got a Z leader, so this whole archetype is actually pretty interesting. The Majin Buu, or not the Majin Buu, the Bobbity leader, I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know if you're gonna end up playing more Majin stuff or more AOD stuff. That's a build that we're gonna have to kind of mess around with a little bit, and I'm gonna make both. I'm just waiting for all the cards to be added to deck planets, so then we can go into that kind of stuff. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Majin stuff. Do you guys think it's gonna be good? Do you guys think it's gonna be mid? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.